Well, today, in response to leaks of prosecution video interviews in the case of Georgia versus Donald Trump and multiple co-defendants, District Attorney Fani Willis did exactly, and I mean exactly, what Joyce Vance predicted she would do last night on this program.
There wasn't a formal protective order in place, but I think we'll see Fani Willis make a request for one and ask that there be no further leaks following this. And, unsurprisingly for viewers of this program, at 11:08 a.m., Fani Willis's prosecution team filed an emergency renewed motion for protective order over discovery materials. The motion says that the state, quote, on an emergency basis, renews its prior request that this court enter a protective order over all discovery materials produced by the state to any defendant in this matter in order to protect witnesses and to safeguard sensitive and confidential information. On September 27th, the prosecution actually filed a motion for a protective order that the judge has not yet ruled on. Fani Willis's motion today says that the leaked video recordings, quote, were not released by the state to any party other than the defendants charged in the indictment pursuant to the discovery process as required by law. The release of these confidential video recordings is clearly intended to intimidate witnesses in this case, subjecting them to harassment and threats prior to trial, constitutes indirect communication about the facts of this case with co-defendants and witnesses, and obstructs the administration of justice in violation of the conditions of release imposed on each defendant. Now, we showed you some of the video that was leaked at this hour last night. Tonight, we have more of that video from the Washington Post. Here is Trump co-defendant attorney Sidney Powell, who has pleaded guilty in the case, describing a meeting at the White House on December 21st.
Okay, what happened?
There was a big shouting match in which Rudy called me every name in the book, and I was the worst lawyer he'd ever seen in his life. There were no circumstances under which he'd work with me on anything. He called me a bitch and I don't know what all, and that's pretty much all I remember about that one.
And who did you go with? Did you go by yourself?
Yeah. And
was Phil Waldron already there?
Yes.
And was Rudy already there?
I think so.
And it was, so Mark Meadows, he's the one that contacted you and said, hey, come?
I think so.
So even a few days after December 18th, the President's Chief of Staff is still reaching out to you about presumably the election?
If that was the 21st.
Okay.
I thought that was before that.
You had said before, if he got to the point where, you know, the facts were telling him you've lost, he would then bow out. That was either what he said to you or the sense that you got?
Yeah, he said something very clearly to that effect.
Okay, but then on the 18th, the only real justification that he's giving you to why he's not bowing out is that his instincts tell him that he won.
That and the evidence that I'd showed him.
Trump co-defendant Scott Hall, a bail bondsman who has pleaded guilty, told prosecutors about chartering a plane in Georgia to fly to Coffee County, Georgia, where, according to his guilty plea, he interfered with voting equipment and data.
I looked at it on my map, and it was a long-ass way to Coffee County. And I had a friend of mine that occasionally, you know, charters these little jets. And I called him and said, for and giggles, you know, what would it cost me to rent a plane to fly down to Coffee County, you know, because I'd like to see how those works, you know, and then fly back. And he made a phone call and got me in touch with somebody at PDK. And I think they said, for $10,000, we will fly you down and wait and then fly you back. And it was a lot of freaking money. But at the end of the day, I said, I'd like to, you know, at least see the process.
You covered the cost of that loan?
I did.
No one got reimbursed you for that?
I've been pardon my French, but I've been through this whole thing.
Today in Washington, D.C., at the Washington Post's Global Women's Summit, District Attorney Willis said this about the leak.
So my team in the particular case that those got out, we had already filed to have a protective order where discovery in the case would not get out. So surprising, no. Disappointing, yes. In fact, today from here, I made sure I wasn't late for this event, but I was with my team making sure that an emergency motion got filed so that that motion we had already filed gets heard immediately, because I'm not happy that it was released and that you and your colleague got to do your story. But
can you say definitively to this audience and the internet audience that it was not your office that leaked those videos?
It was absolutely not my office. You know,
I just want to get that on the record.
Open records request we got for that, and told
from
reporter,
us.
Yes. From you and every other outlet. No, we're not going to release information, which is why so long ago we filed that motion already, and now we're just asking that the judge rule on it, expedite it.
And District Attorney Willis said in the RICO prosecution of Donald Trump and his co-defendants, she is trying to get to the top of the ladder.
I want to get to the top of the ladder. The DA in Fulton County always want to get to the top of the ladder. So it leads you all the way to the top of the ladder, making sure that everyone that is involved in the criminal enterprise is held responsible. So often in criminal cases, you will see, what people would think of, as you said, commonly, the street boys that are selling the dope. But who is running those young men that are selling the dope? And so if you use RICO, you can often get the whole chain and not just hold the people at the bottom responsible.